Alrighty then. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome. Where's my hat? No. Oh, it's over here. Oh my God!
No, he's lost his powers.
I've lost the powers of my Australianness. Look, not Australian, now Australian. There you go. Look at that. Now I'm dead. See? Dead gamer.
Oh my
dead
God,
Aussie
where'd he
gamer.
go?
There
Oh,
it
he's
is.
back.
Ah, there it is. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. All right. G'day, guys.
Someone tried taking your place.
It did.
Sorry.
G'day, guys. My name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. Welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition Gatewalkers, our D&D, our Pathfinder adventure featuring these wonderful and incredible people who come along every single week in order to have fun, play games, and do some cool stuff. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Woo! Now, before we kick off, we have some people to thank, and that is, of course, our lovely sponsors who help make our show look as amazing as it does. First of all, we'd like to thank the folks over at HeroForge for the wonderful tokens you can see on screen here. All of these are made using an amazing 3D model making software that allows you to create bespoke characters for whatever campaign you happen to be in and have them, boom, 3D printed for your use at home, or you can use the tokens, as I do, in the online capacity for VTTs. There are a ton of stuff that is constantly released to continually make their catalog of creations even more expanding, and with kit bashing there is nothing you cannot achieve. So yeah, go check that out, because it's cool. But then of course we have Sirenscape for the wonderful sound effects you hear over the course of the session today. All of the music, the ambience, the sound effects will come courtesy of our amazing soundboard, so go check out Sirenscape if you too wish to immerse your players in a world of sound and magic. And lastly, Fantasy Grounds, our VTT of choice for all of our maps, all of our dice, all of our rules lawyering, and all of that stuff. Because why get a rules lawyer to play on your table when you could just make them, a machine and get them to regurgitate rules at you? That's the way to go. So yeah, there's that. Now, of course, with every session, while I may serve the role of the narrator, the storyteller, the arbiter, the babysitter, and, effectively the dad of the group, we do, of course, the game would be nothing without, of course, my wonderful and incredible group of players and performers who are playing their characters. Because we are a little bit late, I will rush through the introductions here, starting, of course, with none other than OG Lava Kitten playing the role of Lushara the Witch and her entourage of animalistic companions. Hello, OG Lava Kitten.
Hello. Yes, I'm playing Lushara, and she's very excited to have just added a bunch of doggos to her friend group.
Indeed. Then, of course, playing the role of Bilratar, the barbarian dwarf who is on a quest for vengeance against the Obsidian Oath hobgoblins who have resided within the town of Skywatch that our heroes happen to be in. This strong, mighty, and brave character is played by our even more mighty character, Skuliai.
Hello. Yes, and there's more hobgoblins still to be slain.
That's true. You haven't killed the prime one yet. The queen, as they call. You have to go find the queen so that the hive may fall. It's not how they work, but, what does Bilratar know? Then, of course, hailing from the lands of Castrovel, a planet second from the sun, a enchanted tropical world where the elves had once upon a time retreated during a time of calamity on Galarian. One of the individuals here who was a local born and bred in the on the planet of Castrovel, a Lashunta named Rongal, who is a thaumaturge? No, you're not a thaumaturge. You are a thaumaturge. God, I would never pick that. I thought you were Xena Warrior Princess. That's all I went with. Anyway, this...
Same thing.
It's true. This incredibly out-of-this-world character is played by our dear friend Neil from Immersion Diversion.
Hello.
Next, following which, stroking the kitty cat, is of course another person who is skilled with handling things of the natural and animal world. Aelith, the Elven Ranger, a guardian of the seven Arch Woods, who had found our heroes amidst their rescue of a unicorn and has followed them ever since, serving as their stalwart guardian against a number of threats, using bow and arrow in order to slay those who would bring harm upon her group. This wonderful character is played by our dear friend and amazing friend, Jen.
Hello, and Evie says hi as well.
Hi, Evie. And then, of course, last but certainly not least by any measure is, of course, the how do we even just start with this? The very, very boisterous and very, very animated Poppet, who has gone on a very trying quest, one that has had ups and downs and an emotional roller coaster of events transpire as this children's toy animated by the wishes and dreams of a small child has gone on a quest to find their missing child, only to learn that the child had joined up with a mercenary company and fallen in with a bad crowd. Now into things like swords and whetstones and stuff like that. They barely recognize their young person and now have to forge a new path, a new world, a new life where anything is possible and everything is possible. And speaking of anything and everything being possible, may I introduce you all to the wonderful, artistically creative and talented individual known as our friend McBluff.
Hiya.
Hello.
How are you today, Doug?
I am good. No, I'm well. Am I good? I'm good. I'm well. I'm doing well and I'm feeling good. Yes, that's it.
And
'Cause
are you a well?
I'm not, because then I would be doing good and feeling well.
But it could be a well.
It's true, then, yeah, that could be a well. Well. Could be three
You
wells.
just be feeling water.
What?
What?
That's fine.
Nothing.
It's okay. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. I promise that we're going to play a game at some point or other today, but, when that'll be, I don't know. Then, of course, guys...
That's not what was on my call sheet.
That's right. Everyone's being fed lines. This is all scripted. Could you imagine? Just everything that's been said so far. Anyway... Next up, of course, we have our lovely and amazing audience to thank for being here time and time again, supporting our channel, allowing us to continue doing these weird, wacky, fun, and crazy things. And as such, we invite you behind the GM screen in order to have a bit of fun with us and play around. First of all, channel points. Channel points are cool things. They, get used for stuff. You can read what they do because that's why I wrote them in the words that I used in the order that I used them in. And if you can understand English, then that's what they are. But yeah, for those of you who struggle, things like inspiration bonuses, wandering monsters, divine intervention, all that stuff, just watch the show, earn channel points, get cool shit for free. That's how that works. However, if you do feel like helping Dag with his survival check for the month, boom, which is down there, then monetary donations go a long way towards helping us continue to maintain all this stuff because, hey, doing this shit is expensive, and, there's some costs to cover and stuff like that and, mortgages to pay and things. And, I'd like to eat solid food. Right now I'm surviving off caramel. I can't even afford chocolate. I have caramel. Look. It is delicious, though, mind you. It is actually really good. It's basically like chocolate, but for poor people. I'm teasing. It's actually really good. It's like caramel and milk chocolate. It's super good. Anyway. For $5, you can donate for one of the red marks for my players or a purple mark for me. The red marks can be used as hero points to stave off death, petition the DM for nonsense, or roll with advantage. The jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. A banana peel shows up. Oh no! Speaking of which, I went out last night to a party and almost slipped and broke my back on a banana peel. Never thought it would happen in my life, but it did, and I'm fine. It's okay. I managed to catch myself before I fell, but you know what? It was just remarkable. The dark chocolate fun. That's cute. Thank you so much. I will buy. Yes, finally, I can have milk chocolate. Like all the other kids. Yay! A hero point for Rongol.
Sorry, there's a bit of terms and conditions on that fund. It's only dark chocolate.
Only dark chocolate. Oh no!
Chocolate. Yeah, dark chocolate's the way to
Most
go.
bitter chocolate you
Dark
can find.
chocolate is the best.
I don't like dark chocolate. I mean, okay.
That just means I'll take all the dark chocolate. You can have all the milk.
That's fair.
We need to split the dark chocolate. I'm telling you.
I was gonna say, bear in mind there is a lot more sugar in Australian confectionery than there are in American confectionery. So we have very, very big sweet teeth for our tastes and our palates.
That's shocking considering how much America loves sugar.
No, I mean,
Sugar's in everything here.
So fun fact, sorry, we're tangenting from the thing. We're not playing the game tonight. This is just it. But because Australia's ambient temperature is so hot, even in supermarkets and stuff like that, the higher concentration of sugar is actually so that the chocolate just doesn't melt on the shelves. So in America and stuff like that, and especially in Europe, the massive difference in taste comes because the ambient temperature doesn't have that problem. But Australians, we do. Like, it's like, if you ever are traveling or have someone traveling between Australia and stuff, get them to bring you some chocolate. You'll see exactly what I mean. But yeah.
Actually,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
US does need to have preservatives, and that's the reason that for a lot of Europeans, American chocolate tastes like vomit, because preservatives used are similar to the chemicals found in vomit.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So Europe's doing
It's not actually
okay.
vomit, but it's just, it's preservative. Listen, okay, try European
You
chocolate.
could have
then
just
try
said
American
it
chocolate
tastes
again.
yucky. You could have just said it tastes yucky.
The reaction is not actually vomit.
But you said the words.
You know what? And I don't mind saying this on stream and stuff like that. So generally speaking, I am not a drug user. I medicine for like health and stuff like that, But as some of you may know, when I went to Gen Con last year, I broke my foot, it was a shitty situation. It hurt like hell. And I had to deal with that. On the last night before I went back to Australia, my foot was just so freaking sore, and I was given a chocolate with THC in it as like it's like, hey, you can have this for like painkillers and stuff like that. And you know what? I agree. There is something in it that made it taste like vomit, like 100%. Like I just thought it was the weed at the time. I literally thought it was like, oh, like this is just like what drugs taste like, because I again am a good boy and I don't drink drugs, but
You don't drink drugs?
I don't anything drugs clearly. Okay. Anyway, the point is I always attributed that to just thing, but then thinking about it, that was the only chocolate I've ever had in America. Like I don't actually eat chocolate. Like usually when I'm traveling to America, I'm on a health kick because I'm like trying to be fit and photo ready for like conventions and stuff. So I'm not eating chocolate. I'm not eating sugar. I'm not doing any of that stuff. So yeah, you know what? I'm now curious about that. That's cool. The more you know. Hey, Joshua, what's up? How you doing? Clean as a whistle, Homer. Clean as a whistle.
I'll start ordering my chocolate from outside now.
Yeah, no, seriously. Seriously. Try some Australian chocolate. Tell me what you think. There you go. All right. Channel point things. No. Donations.
Donations.
So, $10 donation. We have 2 decks of cards in front of us. The first deck is a deck of heroic actions that are free actions that will allow our players to do cool and wonderful and amazing things, as well as serve as our amazing and wonderful hero points. Christina, Kamate, Christina. Thank you so much. What the fuck? I haven't even gotten there yet.
Yeah, you didn't say it yet.
I haven't said it yet. I haven't said what it is.
Well,
Whoa.
it might not be a secret menu item yet.
Oh, that's true. It might not be the secret menu. Okay, we'll wait. Okay, good. I was gonna say. All right, and the other $10 is a this stuff, which I know what it is, and the words are escaping me.
Plot twists.
Thank you. Plot twists. Narrative. That threw me off, Christina. Right? I'd expect that sort of stuff from Cookie, but like now you've got me all nervous. No, anyway. So yes, like look, plot twists and flashbacks and story stuff. That's all there, and that makes for good storytelling. For $20, you can donate for a natural 20 for someone. Natural 20s just are a good way to guarantee my players will have a good time and succeed at something that they really, 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 really want to do. Cookiemon is coming in with a nat 20 and 2 jinx points for Dag. Oh, you guy. Thank you so much.
Pokemon choosing violence.
Cookiemon choosing violence. For $50, we have 3 different rewards that you can donate for that one. Firstly, you can donate to create a boss buff, making an encounter an even more difficult one. More intense, more violent, more aggressive, more everything, Basically, it is a huge boost to the enemy encounter, and our heroes will be having a difficult time. So the boss buff is one donation. The second donation is a magic item to a player of your choosing. This can be a homebrew item that you design or something from my player's wish list that they can acquire, which of course does not count towards their overall strength, which means it actually does drastically improve what my players are capable of each time they get something from that list. And lastly, we have the Harrowing, where we will draw a group buff from our Harrow deck, which basically we will use the reading in order to try and fulfill that particular fortune. And if we do, our players are always at an advantage in which by playing this card, they will critically succeed without rolling anything that they do that fulfills the parameters of the card. Every card is based on a stat, so they will always roll a d6 and add that to whatever skill, check, ability, or power that involves that stat entails. And they will have one reroll for something of that stat during each combat or each scene or each whatever that happens. So, yeah. And then we have our $100 secret menu item. Now, I need my players to disengage from the chat. I will thumbs up you when you are ready to return. So please remove your headphones.
Mute.
I think you muted yourself, Jen, so you might still be able to hear me. Can you hear me? Can Jen hear me? Can Jen hear me? No, she can't. Okay, good. So, the secret menu item is... Now, our heroes do not know this, but unfortunately, the survivor that our heroes are currently looking for, who has left the city, has died. They have perished. They are no longer among the living. Awaiting our heroes is the culprit, a large dragon which managed to prey upon our heroes. Now, after this particular point, our heroes are going to be sent upon a quest in order to go and find themselves in the Demon Lands. This is in Sarcosis, which is the place in Valerian where the demons ripped a hole in the world, and then, like, demons came out and then, you know, like, just kind of murdered people and, like, killed them and stuff, and blood came out of their eyes and things. I'm just freaking out my players at this point. So when that happened, right, the group will be heading that way. Now, for the $100 secret menu item, instead of finding this person dead, our heroes will find them corrupted by a demonic presence. So that is to say, the survivor will live, but it is not the same person. A demon has stolen the corpse and erupted and turned into that person and is basically an imposter, which gives the group a chance to kind of get to know a little bit more about demons and to demon hunt when they get to that position. But you know, this demon's obviously trying to keep itself secret as well. So that is our secret menu item, is the demon ally. Okay, cool. All right. Cool. What a brilliant way to handle limited information. Oh, thank you, Josh. Honestly, sorry, real quick on that one. Some modules that you run often do give you a lot of information that they give you no vehicle to present to your players. So you've always got to keep on your toes and find good, cool, and wholesome ways to actually get that message across. So, so Christina is going for the secret menu item. So you guys have that. That is in play. Very exciting.
Yay.
But more on that But more on that when we get to there. In the meantime, however, who's ready to play some fucking Pathfinder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get lost in some wilderness.
Hell yeah. All right. So,
Yeah,
without any further ado,
Sorry. I was jamming outlet. I'm so sorry.
Michael, push the button. Michael, push the button. Push the button. Boop.
Oh, did you do crit?
Oh,
Did I do what?
The crit words?
Oh, yes, crit awards. Yes, please, by all means, if you get the chance to. The crit awards are taking nominations now for this year's awards for all those people in the TTRPG scene. Hold on, let me try. Nope. Yeah, that's fine. Look up Crit Awards, you'll find it. And yes, if you want to donate, if you want to nominate Dag for a Paizo Award, that would be spectacular. As well as our community member, Calindria, for the community, the best community member award as well. Lots of cool things, lots of awesome stuff. So go check those out. Okay, so. Now. Oh, that was from last year. Yeah, that's not it. Mm-hmm.
well, then update it. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I mute my players. Done. Now, when last we left our heroes, After reaching Skywatch and searching for Sakuichi's fellow comrades in arms, our heroes managed to search high and low, finding 2 out of the 3 members that they had been looking for. Sakuichi, of course, coming from the realms of the Mammoth Lords, had seen among the stars her destiny to go and defeat a great evil. Our heroes, who had been brought to her by visitors and friends from those very same stars, all but assured her of her destiny, that along with her new companions, she would find the power that she needed and overthrow the great evil known as Omyo, the Black Frost Whale. But things were not as simple. Skywatch is a strange place where the roads twist and wind, and often illusions and powers of magic disorient those who travel its streets, which is how Sakuichi was separated from her fellow comrades. After finding Ulquick in a prison by some hobgoblins, and Denji being kind of almost buried alive by some pillagers who didn't realize that she was indeed alive, as well as I don't remember the other one's name. It was in the Smiling Wolf camp. It was Inuma. That's the one. Got it. Nailed it. So, Inuma, Ulquick, and Deji. 3 out of the 4 trackers have been found, but 1 still remains. Just beyond Skywatch, outside of the gate, was the last time that their comrade Panma was seen. After resting, recuperating, and recovering, they are now ready to set forth out into the wilderness in hopes of finding the last remaining survivor. As our heroes prepare for their travel, with sled dogs provided to them by the raiders who had misunderstood their encounter with our group, Sakuichi says that she insists that Ulquick go with you. While traveling outside of the city is quite dangerous, and having everyone go may obviously cause some problems or may potentially leave themselves vulnerable. While Denji is injured, Sakuichi and Inuma volunteer to stay behind with her. Ulquick is a scholar and a tracker as well. Should you guys get lost in the snow, his skills and knowledge would be invaluable for getting you back to Skywatch. The bags are packed. The sled dogs are ready. The gates lay open before you, unmanned, but an open maw to a world of adventure. We now return to our players. As a rain cracks, and the dogs begin pulling.
Viv is probably asking for the name of each individual dog.
How many dogs are there?
There are
15.
9 dogs. Goodness, these dogs are not pulling. The sound effect here is sled dogs pulling. That is not what's happening. Anyway, it's fine. So.
We're honestly.
Rungul is probably looking out for any dangers.
Mm-hmm.
As
you
yeah.
As you make your way, you see the sounds of the paw steps moving through. Rongo, can I get you to make me a perception check as you keep your withered eye trained out into the horizon?
It was on a 15, 13.
Unfortunately, your withered eyes seem to find it difficult to see amongst the white blanketed snow. There are, however, keeping in mind this is not like a frigid, frozen waste, there are small outcrops of, like, greenery that are around as well. It is still kind of summerish, but still quite chilly.
I think.
Wait, go on. No,
I was
go.
gonna say, I think either while we're setting up or just if there's like a softer patch or while we're on the sled, is Viv would be talking to Lushara in the back of the sled, if that's okay.
Sure, not a problem. Well, it's actually the front. So you've got the driver who'd be there. You then have a long length of the sled with all the supplies and things like that. Then you would have the dogs pulling them from the front. That's generally how a dog sled's set up. So likely Ulquick is driving one. I would say Aelith, you were likely driving the second one. And on top of both of them, we have Bilrata and Rongal on one. And then on the other, you have Lushara and Viv.
Hey, Lushara? You're muted, aren't you?
Yes.
Obviously not right now because we're kind of on a sled, but I wanted to ask, if at some point we get a bit of time to rest, do you think, I know you're really good at making dresses and clothes. Do you think you could help me make some sketches? I kind of want to try something new.
I'd be happy to help you.
I don't really have any money, but I do have buttons, if that helps.
You watch
You
as
don't need
Viv
to
reaches
pay
into
me.
their pouch and pulls up this big shiny button. It's a special button. It's a button that they have been holding on to as long as they can remember. It's basically like this turtle shell button with like this swirling pattern of like brown with like caramel, yellow, and white just speckled through it.
No.
It's the most precious button Viv has ever found.
Why
You said
don't
buttons.
we use the button in the design?
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Michael instantly regretting his Hero Forge choices.
Are you sure about that, Daddy? Are you sure we need to use it? We don't need to use it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's like now we have to use it, and now I have to deal with it. Dang it! It came all the way back on me. It's like literally throwing a fucking boomerang and just came and smacked me straight in the fucking face. All right, fine. Yeah, so I'll figure out how to do the button. All right.
But yeah, I think it'd be good to try something new after everything. And I wanted to get help from my friends for that.
I would be happy to help you. Are we designing something for you or your
Well,
Idol?
it would be. Well, I think. So the Poppet Viv, because it's a pop, it doesn't really feel cold. So the whole time they've just been kind of wearing these overalls and a little bandana, and the Gatewalkers mark has kind of been where their torso is, just because they don't really have a lot of body to work with, so it's just kind of on their belly. But I don't know, maybe I could use some clothes too. Like mine would actually be clothes, but my Eidolon doesn't really need like physical clothes. They just make them. Well, I think I make them, and they kind of short-circuiting a little at that. Just no physical clothes for them. Just designs.
Okay.
But maybe for me, if you want, I can be your little model. If you ever want to test designs, you have a little model you could use.
I would actually really like to make designs for you both. That would be fun.
I'll be a little model.
Yeah, just think about what would you like? A little dress, little pants, shirt.
We'll
Same for your
workshop.
Eidolon.
I got some ideas.
As you begin to brainstorm ideas, Bilrata and Aelith, can I get you guys to make me a perception check, please?
Oh,
Bilrata and Aelith, can I get you guys please to make me fortitude saves?
Oh no. Where is it? Oh,
All right. Bilrata, you seem to be okay. However, both you and Aelith begin to feel some serious motion sickness. Aelith, unfortunately, with your weaker constitution, you are unable to hold it. You lean over the side and you, as you vomit off the side of the sled. But in doing so, you notice something odd. A little bit further away, like kind of onto more of a, like where the snow meets the grass, you see what looks to be a cave. Somewhere that would have been perfect for the shelter against the snowstorm you saw about a night or two ago.
there's a cave. I think we should head that way and check it
Right.
out.
Especially if you're gonna feel like that, as I imagine the smell is probably just starting to permeate the air as well.
Oh yeah, Bilrata, you are still feeling nauseous. You're just not actually throwing up.
Yep, and obviously the smell from Aelith
Oh yeah,
going
100%.
behind. It's like,
Yeah.
let's stop.
All right. Pulling off to the side, eventually the sled comes to a stop by said nearby cave. All right, here we go. And the immediate thing that catches your eye is signs of a struggle. Blood seems to cake out the front of the... Oh, I've got Human Thug still here. Hold on one second. There we go. Blood seems to cake out the front of this this large cave that Aelith saw. This is the sled, by the way.
Do the dogs seem to be reacting to the smell of the blood? Do they seem really perturbed by it?
Not so much the smell of the blood, but you can tell that they're a little uneased. They don't whimper or anything like that, but they do seem to be quieter than usual. They're not excited or happy.
Maybe we should find a place to stop and let the dogs sit for a second. This doesn't look like a good scene.
But if we've got the blood there, then it's possibly who we're trying to seek shelter inside the cave. I'm guessing we don't see any. It's just blood. There's no corpses or anything like that.
No corpses whatsoever.
Well, if I recall, the moon hag mentioned a cave. So seems.
We might have to go check it out then. Anyway.
I think so.
If
someone could be hurt in there, and it wouldn't be right to leave them.
I'll go try to calm the dogs down, and that way, they don't run off.
The dogs are calm. They're not running off.
Oh, okay. I thought you said
Just
they were
nervous.
Yeah, they're nervous.
Okay, never mind.
Just found a good spot for them to sit for a bit. That's kind of out of the way of.
Yeah. It'll be a little
outside.
bit further away from the cave is what I'm hearing. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shelter and all that, so they don't get buffeted by wind and.
Yeah, sure, easy. You find a nice place to park them down, and rest assured, they all are very well trained, so they don't run off. They're pretty good. All right, back to the cave. However,
You need to share the map, Dag.
I will in a moment. Okay, now The thin layer of snow that cakes the outside of this shallow rock cave is splattered with red blood. The closer you get, the more you notice that there are gibbets of flesh and large bone cracks that seem to be littered here and there. No complete corpse or no body here.
Well, that's concerning. All right then.
I don't know how well Viv would know this at this point, but can she tell if it looks like this has been here for a while? I think the most she would know is like blood turns brown. That's the most she would know about the composition.
Yeah, with the temperatures being so cold, it looks reasonably well preserved.
Mm-mm.
So, like I said, probably a day or two. It definitely matches the timeline of when Penma was missing. Oh, Pemak, sorry.
Okay. I'm
Well-
guessing this is a quiet entrance, or is this a go in and just go entrance?
Let's start quiet and see what we have here working with.
I can try quiet. I'm not great at quiet, but I can still try.
Well, let's not run in there screaming. That will help.
No, of course not.
Quiet. If we need light, I have a lantern. But if not, it's
More like-
cool.
I'm still adjusting to this planet's
well-
gravity, so my thud, I might thud a
What
little
are
more.
you talking about? This planet has the same gravity as yours, you knob.
Shush.
Don't make shit up.
I have a -2 stealth.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's the planet's gravity.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, man,
What
this
you've really
planet's
got is
gravity.
2 left feet.
Yeah.
Viv just kind of like
Who
goes
you
over to
fooling?
Rumble, just very confused, just pats him on the shoulder, like, okay. Returns, just all right. Let's
Bill will offer to
They
take
have
the
been
lead
comforted by a doll.
as he goes in to investigate the cave entrance.
All right, you may move up to the cave entrance.
Lushara will go with him because she's got this new vision.
Sure. No
I
problem.
will come
Might as well
from
use it.
middle. So like
Just
I'll be
tell me when to
behind
stop
them,
back.
but
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going a little bit. There you go. Stop about there. Yep. Cool.
Right there then, right next.
where would Aelith like to go?
Aelith is going to step up, kind of towards the back because she's better at ranged.
You mean the person with the bow and arrow is better at ranged?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good call. Good call right there. See, Neil, you
Yep.
should take some fucking lessons, just know what you're doing and fucking do it. It's just
hey,
that
my
simple.
throwing weapon does not have a range of 100, so.
It's not what I meant, but sure. Okay. Lashara and Bilrata, as you get closer, the cave itself is quite humid. There's this dankness that seems to cling to the air like a cloying mist. The smell quite pungent, musky even, almost gamey. As you get closer, you may move yourselves up 5 foot. You hear something like a breath in the air. Flirtoshkal, kantoshkel notvund, rakatskil, rakashnil domfa. What languages do Bilrata and Lushara speak?
Common and Dwarven.
Go.
I have quite a number. I just gotta go find them.
Find the number. Find the number of abilities and languages that you have.
Where do they go?
They're on the notes tab.
On notes.
Notes tab. There we go. Common, Elven, Fey, Gnomish, and Sylvan.
You also do not understand the language that is being said to you.
Okay.
Both of you may make a perception check to try and see if you can locate where the sound is coming from.
Does it sound like it's being said to them, or just sort of muttered in the air?
Muttered in the air.
I'd be very concerned if it was to them versus.
Okay, 26 and 24. Let's see how we go with Oh, very nice. All right, 26. Birita, you look up. And as you do, just above you, in the ceiling, oh, actually, no, not in the ceiling, in the water, probably. Lurking in the water, you see these eyes sort of peer up as they breach the surface. Reptilian, large, piercing eyes.
And seeing the eyes, you'd probably just immediately put a hand on Lashara's shoulder to ensure she wouldn't wander further inside.
Lashnitro Vangas. Al. Cement Al.
Shara is getting the heebie-jeebies from this voice, so she is not going to press further.
For those of you in the audience, what the dragon has said is, well, it is not often that mice wander into the den of a cat.
Mm.
You smell fresh, clean and bathed. This I like. I will savor the hunt, little mice. Now, do try to be some sport for me. Run. Run. However, our heroes understand not a word of that.
Nope.
Which means we're going to go into initiative as our heroes are confusedly just basically standing their ground, not trying to run back. All right, which means Lashara is going to be first, followed by Aelith, followed by Viv, then the dragon, Bilrata, and then Rongol.
Okay.
And let's get some shiny music from our friends over at Sirenscape to kick us into our battle sequence.
So that Stoke the Heart buff should have long gone from Bill, by the way.
Very well. I will remove it in a moment. Okay. All right, that'll be removed. There's that, and
Mm-hmm.
all right. The dragon snarls and begins to emerge from the water.
Oh,
All
great.
right. Lashara, you're up first.
Okay, now that Ushara has seen our friend here, she is going to... She's going to throw Forbidding Ward on Bilritar.
All right.
So she kind of...
Which, for our audience members who do not know what that is,
Yes. Forbidding Ward wards an ally against the attacks and hostile spells from the target enemy. The target ally gains a +1 status bonus to armor class and saving throws against the target enemy's attack spells and other effects.
beautiful. So as you
So
cast
she's just
Forbidding
gonna-
Wards,
Yep.
go
Reach
for it.
over, she's going to touch Bill, and just this kind of like blue light kind of emanates over him, and then there's just kind of like a sheen to him to make him look
Nice.
a little weird and hopefully uncomfortable to attack. But there we go.
Sure, not a problem. All right.
Just like-
you have one remaining action.
She is going to step back to give herself a little more space and let other people like shoot in.
All right, not a
Yeah.
problem.
Right.
Aelith, you're up next with bow ready in hand.
Okay. I'm gonna step just to get a better view. It's like, oh, aren't you lovely? I am going to. All right, so that's one. If I do that, okay, I'm gonna use my gravity weapon. I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Drag that on me. All right. Why didn't it work? What am I doing?
You need to make sure that you're getting the effect and putting it on you, not the power. So if you go to actions, go down to gravity weapon. See the little man on the right-hand side?
Yeah.
You want to drag the little man, and you want to put him on you on the combat tracker, or you on the top left-hand side, or whatever, wherever. Yeah.
Ah, there we go. Oh
Good.
my dear word.
You got it?
Huh? Yeah. So gravity weapon.
Yep. Easy done. So now that'll
Yeah.
automatically apply.
Okay. And
As you pull on your bowstring, your weapon just starts to get heavier, which will increase
Yes.
all that stuff. And
here we go.
you want a hunter's market or no?
I already stepped.
Oh
and
yes, you stepped
then-
up. Right. Cool. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Unfortunately, as your arrow looses, it is a critical miss.
You do have hero points.
And a nat 20.
20.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's hero point that.
All right.
And-
Thank you again to our lovely audience members for the donated hero point. As Aleph goes
Yes.
for the reroll.
And drum roll. That's better.
It's better, but still a miss, sadly. As the arrow flies past, it ricochets off the cavern wall. The dragon. Graskin. Etwas von Graskin. And is that everything, Aleph?
Yeah, she's just gonna stand there staring this damn thing down.
All right. Viv, you and your Eidolon are up next.
Alrighty. I think. Let's see. How far? They can't see super far into the cave yet, can they?
The sunlight will give you whatever you can see. So right now you're just, because you're in the corner blocked by the trees, you can't really see into the cave too well.
Trying to do the best spot to go to. The thing that I think Viv wants to do, realizing that, oh, that looks like a dragon. Dragons usually aren't a great thing. Is to hide and basically be scanning inside the cave looking for if there's a person in here to get them out quickly, is what they want to do essentially.
Okay. Make a perception check as you scan and scour the...
I do want them to step forward first just so they actually have, field of vision.
Sure, not a problem.
Ah! Sorry, the dragon just popped up on my screen the second I moved. That was terrifying.
That's probably exactly what happened.
Yeah, maybe I don't think Viv actually knew that there was a dragon. Just heard somebody speaking a weird language. Heard a lot of movement. That must have been a big creature. She's like, oh, that's not great. Let me go see what's happening. Let's see. Any stat perception?
Yes, please.
Will do. Perception. 29.
29! All right. With a 29, that is going to look around, and you do not see any sign of any person in distress. However, you do see there is, over in this area here, a large second cavern interior with what looks to be a pile of bones that seem to be gathered in one of the corners. Thank you.
Hi, Sue.
I was going to say Max said hi, but I had a drink. I'll tell her later.
Okay. Let's see. I'll look over to Lushara because they were gonna hide in the bushes. They don't think they can hide in the bushes anymore. So they're just gonna look over to Lushara. There's another room. They may be in there, but there's a lot of bones. A lot of bones.
That's not good.
Where's our Sani?
You just
You
rise
left
from the-
me! You left me to die! Revenge!
Again.
I just show up as every dragon's skeleton now. Even
Or,
the
or,
dragons.
yeah.
The curse of the
Let's
Arseny
see,
bones.
let's see.
No curses. The
Alright,
Arseny
so-
curse.
Was it okay? So it was one action to move. Was an action to seek? For
Yes, it
perception?
was.
Good. And I think with the last action, just preparing themselves for the fight is going to just cast Protect Companion on their Eidolon.
Done and done. Your Eidolon begins to bolster its defenses. We also have an insight bonus from Christina. Christina, your insight bonus provides our group with the following information. The creature before you looks to be a dragon, and it is a dragon, by the way, just clear that up. It is definitely a dragon. However, it is a smaller version of a dragon, a variant known as a Miroga. They are avarice and simple-minded. They are often very superstitious, believing in occults and ley lines and the like. They, in fact, are able to sense these ley lines and find that's the place that they tend to put their hordes and their lairs somewhere within these areas of ley lines and the like, which means that there's usually a large well of magical power for specific spellcasters, such as witches.
Lushara, it's your plot. It's your plot, Lushara.
It is then the dragon's turn. Bilrata, it looks over to you. As it does, it licks its lips. It then channels its energies. You watch as it empowers itself, empowering its fangs with the energy from the ley lines. And as it does so, it makes its way to the edge of the water. Las Galactors, las Enfuntiska la Mojajiskin. Its jaws poised and ready to strike. Birita.
So, after hearing Viv's whispered message to Lashara behind them, you're just so. I'll hold its head if you want to run past. As he's going to charge up to and then try to grapple its head.
Okay.
Yeehaw, I suppose.
Yep.
As you
Right, that
approach it,
dragon.
there is an attack of opportunity.
I was waiting for it.
The large leyline infused jaws swiftly move and raise against you. Oh, come now. I'm not allowing that. Let us go for... How many hit points do you have?
Apparently 74.
74. Let's go for the natural 20. All right, Birita. Oops, no, ignore that. Why did it roll that and not the... There we go.
Ooh.
41 points of damage as the jaws, like lightning, strike onto your body. The flesh, the armor, the cloth ripped into by razor-sharp fangs.
Number 3.
And number 3 for our crit card. 1, 2, 3. Piercing damage. The target drops the weapon that they're holding.
Wasn't holding a weapon.
Then you get a new one. Ragged wound. It takes 1d6 persistent bleed damage.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm not going to do that. Hero point for the grapple check.
Oh, I'm going to jinx point your hero point, good sir. I like that. All right. Because I got a good feeling about that crit miss. Okay, as you've gone to try and grapple it, its teeth sunk into you. Give me a number between 1 to 5 as you have critically missed.
4.
All right. Oh, that's quite nasty. I'm not gonna do that because that one is you actually technically you bring someone with you. Okay, twist it up. So twist it up. As you have been bitten, you try to grapple it and you try to maneuver yourself, but you twist and wind your armor around this creature's fangs. You must spend 2 interact actions to free yourself before you can take any other action. Oh, sorry, before you can free yourself from entanglement. So you are currently entangled. Which is
Okay.
clumsy and enfeebled. All right. So that is that.
Yep, so the third action would be to start that process of trying to yank his armor off of. I imagine with it being the bite and trying to grapple at the same time, it's probably just a bedlam at his mouth, effectively. His fangs getting caught up in Bill's body.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
But as he grabs you and stuff like that, you hear the sounds of ancient dwarven war drums banging in the background. Your heart beats quickly, not just out of like adrenaline or anything like that, but you feel something inside you, something inherent inside you. The dwarven ancestors of Bilratar have risen his blood as he is now tackling a dragon with his bare hands. You receive divine healing from across the streams as you feel that energy just swelling inside you. You watch as your great ancestor Cross Rotar says, "Get him in the eye, son. Right in the eyes, pop it out so you can watch as you rip his heart from his filthy, scaly gut."
Oh, give me ideas.
All right. Viv!
Does that get rid of the bleed at the same time?
Oh, right, yes, sorry, it does get rid of the bleed at the same time. You are correct. And it gets rid of clumsy, and it gets rid of enfeeble, because it is a divine healing. All right, Rongo.
All right, seeing this creature, and Bilrotar is currently tangoing with it, is what I meant to say. He's, as he always does, he wants to see if he has any knowledge of this kind of creature, to see if it might have any weaknesses using exploit vulnerability.
Okay, make an occultism check.
Exploit vulnerability is actually esoteric lore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which is what kind of roll?
It's a charisma roll.
Oh, sure. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Whoops. I tried to drop it on the dragon, but 24.
24. Okay. With a 24, you do know pretty much what I told you about this creature. What weaknesses would you like to know?
Well, first, is it a success, failure, critical success?
It is a...
It's because here, I'll drop it in the chat. That's what
it is a success.
That's what I'm using. Okay. So, I recall important facts about the creature, learning its highest weakness, or one of its highest weaknesses if it has multiple with the same value, but not its other weaknesses, resistance. Okay. You can exploit either the creature's mortal weakness or personal antithesis. Your unarmed and weapon strikes against the creature also become magical if they weren't already. So since it doesn't have any weaknesses, I'm going to just choose the antithesis, which gives me a +4 damage to my attacks. And my attacks are now magical, so I'm going to attempt to help him as I run up. So 5, 10, 15. I kind of get right there, just so I'm sort of still in front of Lashara. And then I'm going to throw my chakram at him.
Nice. All right, throw your chakram.
Yeah. Ooh. And I also have to remember I have a +1 to AC against him, because I have Esoteric Warden. Chakram. Bam. Ow.
A critical miss.
Damn it. I'll let that through.
Got it.
3.
3 it is. All right. 1, 2, 3. Torn tendon. Until you are healed, you have clumsy 2.
I pulled an arm tendon in my
Yeah,
arm.
you pulled one of the
throwing
tendons in your arm.
Ow. Oh. So that was my 3 actions. But I have a +1 to AC now, so I'll put that in my miscellaneous.
Mm-hmm. All right, go for
There
it.
we go. Yep. That
Okay.
was my turn.
Then we return back to the top where we go to Lashara.
Okay. So with the insight, can I feel that there's this ley line? And
Yes. Oh, I mean, with the insight, I'd say you can search for it. I'd say you wouldn't necessarily know where it is automatically.
okay, so what do I know about ley lines? Actually, is what I would like to know. Yeah.
So ley lines are places that connect the world's spiritual energies. Traditionally, they are considered to be places that breach the realm between our world and the world of the Fae. These lines that travel like rivers of energy through the world are very, very potent areas of strong and powerful magic. Certain naturalists and certain people with powers and gifts are able to tap into them in order to enhance their power or to potentially overload it or even stifle power. If you redirect a ley line, for example, you may potentially take spell casting away from certain individuals. Such things are called anti-magic.
Okay. Then I would like to look for the ley line.
All right, make an Arcana check or an Occultism check.
Looks like they're both the same for me. I don't know if that grabbed the right one. The mouse gets very tiny. Nope. Oh, yeah, I did. Ah, boo. That's a 15.
All right. With a 15, unfortunately, you do not manage to find the ley line with that. You can try again, or you do have hero points as well.
Let me use a hero point to try that again. Right. Let's try again. It is not meant to be. I will not find it in this turn, apparently.
All right. Well, with that action, you can do it again if you like.
Yeah. I'd actually. Let's see. Does Lashara think Viv is going to go into that other cavern to look for people? Yeah. Let me try searching again for that action.
Well, as you do so, Scots in Dakota has given you an insight bonus. Oh no, he's given Viv an insight bonus. My apologies. Never mind.
Okay.
Ignore. Carry on.
Okay, no problem. I am going to.
I know where
search
the ley
again.
line is, and you don't get to know.
No, it is not meant to be this round.
So you have
and
a
then
third
for
action. Just gonna
Yeah,
bait.
well, my third action is going to be to sustain the forbidding ward on Bilratar.
Okay, not a problem. All right, after that we go to Aelith.
All right, I am going to step up again so that
Mhm.
I'm kind of right next to everybody and also to help protect. And let's try hunter's shots at this dragon.
All right. You take aim carefully and you begin to fire at this dragon.
It is not meant to be.
Oh my gosh, we're doing really bad today.
You are. You guys are. You flies out to the side and ricochets again off the cavern wall.
I'd like to use my nat 20.
Oh,
nice.
All right. Now, are you intending to attack with every attack this round? Aelith?
I will. Oh,
What did you get
with
your
every
hunter's mark?
attack.
Well, she
I
moved up.
plan on.
So it'd be 2
I
attacks.
plan on attacking to protect.
Okay, well,
Most
okay, forget
definitely.
protecting. Forget why you're attacking. The question is because your next attack, if you're going to attack again, is going to be at a -5. You may as well save that nat 20 for that second one, because that second one might risk giving you a
Oh.
critical hit, a critical fail. Sorry.
Oh, that's right.
But-
Okay,
but you-
well,
And if you
you-
hit,
I
then on the
moved
last
up.
one you can.
But then you say you just
Yeah.
put Hunter's Mark on this round.
yeah.
Oh, so that was move Hunter's
okay.
Mark, and then this is your shot, right? Okay, cool. So yeah, you can use the
No,
nat 20.
because the hunter's shot to do that is it takes the 2 actions.
Okay,
the
cool. Yeah.
attack and the
Okay, cool,
hunter's
cool.
shot.
Yep. All right. So in which case, natural 20. Let's go. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't have any other attacks you wanted to do this round before I gave you a bum steer.
Okay, so I just dropped this damage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did you do a crit? No, you need to do a crit. So I will
okay.
heal that, and don't forget on the bottom left-hand side there's a little button that says crit.
Oh, all right. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. There it is. Boom! For 33 points of damage. The arrow penetrates its hide. However, the creature kind of looks down at it, has something stuck in his teeth, looks over at you. Yeah, he's not overly enthused at what's transpiring here.
Aelith still gets a crit card though.
Yes, you do still get a crit card. Give us a number between 1 to 5.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we have. No, we did that one just then. There you go. Triple damage as your arrow pierces clean through. Please deal 1 more lot of damage. Oh, and +5 as well. So on the bottom left in the box, can you add +5? Then throw the damage again.
Okay. Come on. All right. 5. Why are
Would
you
it
changing?
add another D10 also?
Oh yes, and well, yeah, I'll roll the d10. Just make
Okay.
it nice and easy.
Okay, there we go. All right, so I roll the same thing again.
No, just not a crit. Yeah, cool.
Oh,
Easy.
not.
Nope, that's fine. And you've added 5.
It should have.
Yep,
yes.
it did. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So that's easy. So that is 15 points of damage, and I will roll the d10 here, which is an extra 8 points of damage. All right. So 51 points of damage, a sizable and very, very, very strong hit. She is not. Well, the dragon is not all too enthused by that. As your shot goes clean through, it pushes it backwards. So it has to take a step back in the water. Viv, you're up next.
I think I got an insight bonus.
You did.
Also, is it this campaign that because the shark got the deal, something happened with insight checks, or is that Pray for Death?
I think that's Pray for Death.
Okay, just trying to remember. Did you want me to have something specific for insight check, or did you just want to hold on to it?
Oh, there's nothing really you're looking at or looking for from here that I can give you as an insight check. But depending on what you do, I might add some stuff.
Yeah, no worries. Just wanted to ask. Okay. They're gonna rack around their brains for a bit because they've just run into a dragon in a cave, and that's just peak storybooks. So, knowing now with the previous insight bonus that these specific types of dragons are incredibly superstitious, they're racking their brains trying to think about, okay, what would a dragon, what are some superstitions either around ley lines or what would dragons be afraid of, that could distract it for a little bit, essentially, is what they're trying to think of. That they could, because they have the figment spell, they're basically trying to think of, okay, is there something that happens like when ley lines go bad, that they could make the dragon thing is about to happen, or is there any creature that I could make pretend that is here that they would be fascinated by, things like that.
Probably another dragon.
I don't think I can do another dragon. I don't think I got that much in me.
Can't make a dragon roar?
I'm not that good at shadow puppets, okay? Got tiny hands.
Oh.
Alright, in that case then, I'm gonna... Alright, I have an idea. When being held by the Eidolon, I think we're... I'm trying to remember. Sorry, I'm trying to remember how Act Together works. It's 2 actions. Sorry, just trying to...
No, that's okay.
Alright, I want to... 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. I want to act together. Move the Eidolon. Trying to remember the exact order I meant to do it. I basically want to move over here and turn on the bullseye lantern that I got, the Poppet's Cottage. And I'm trying to figure out how to do that with the actions.
So you're gonna, as part of your move action, you reach into your backpack and you pull out the bullseye lantern. You then, as an action, light the lantern and begin to glow the light of the lantern. Then, with your final action, you can attempt to use your performance check in order to try and deceive the dragon into seeing whatever you'd like it to see.
Actually, this is a magic item I got a bit ago. Which is why I want to use Act Together, because it takes 2 actions to activate its mesmerizing light.
Oh, right, so you're going to shine it at him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just trying to know if there was some specific order I needed to do that.
No, so move, and as you move, you draw it out, and then 2 action, ka-shing, as your shining light blasts out towards the dragon.
And it's a bullseye lantern, so basically, Viv's just gonna set it right at the edge of the water so that it isn't hitting Bill, but it's like the cone is going straight towards the dragon only.
Well, unfortunately, Bill is in the dragon's mouth.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. Oh, Bill. Oh no.
All right, will saves, I believe.
I'm sorry, did I?
Well, it'll be will saves because it's fascination. All right, Bill, will save if you'd be so kind. What is your class DC?
It's an item DC. It's DC 19.
Oh, DC 19. Okay. DC 19. Unfortunately, Bill Ratar, you are fascinated by the lantern. The dragon, however, is not.
Sorry.
That's okay. As you shine the lantern, maybe someone will put a bonus on me and make me reroll. But the lantern is now in place. The dragon will need to do this every round until the lantern is either snuffed or pushed away or put out. Because he's still caught in the field. And how long does it last?
Sorry. It doesn't have
A duration? Okay, not a problem. Bill Ratar, you have been granted an inspiration by Avarian CA. You may re-roll your will save. In which case, it will last, let's say it'll last as long as it's lit. And we'll see when it, and we'll see what happens after we'll put it away. So yeah, there we go. So, the lantern is alive. It is lit. Just like this stream. Huh.
Want to drop the debuff on Bill?
Is there a debuff for Fascinate?
I thought it was.
Oh, there is. Fascinated. There we go. Ba-doop. Done. Okay. Moving on. After Viv moves and places the lantern, the dragon has food in its mouth, but at this point in time, it sort of like almost wants to let Bill go. So with one action, it tries to sort of spit you out, but you're kind of clinging to him. He's going to use one talon to try and rip you out of his jaw.
Is that an attack?
It is an attack.
I'm going to use reaction to ring my bell and do disrupting harmony. The trigger's a strike. You create a strangely discordant harmony that sinks into your foe's mind and throws its movements off. It must succeed a will save against my class DC, which is 20. Yeah, it seems.
He critically succeeds.
Okay. In which case nothing happens. But it was good to try.
Damn right, nothing happens. All right. The talon
There.
tries to rip Bill Rotar free. It does not. He considers his life choices and will, instead of removing Bill Rotar, will move forward to try and hit Aelith. But that is all he can do. So he's basically like tried to throw you down, hasn't worked, gets his claw, tries to pull you out, doesn't work. He then just climbs out of the water, and he seems to be going for Aelith because of the arrow shot that she did. Bill Rotar, you're up next. You are fascinated, which, by the properties of being fascinated, what does fascination do? Where is my card?
You have you take a -2 stats penalty to perception and skill checks, and you can't concentrate unless it's related to the object of fascination.
All right. Which does mean you'll be able to spend 2 actions. Actually, if you are distracted, I'm going to read this. Technically speaking, I'm going to say that you can only use 1 action to remove the entanglement, and you still have technically 2 other actions in that round, but you can only use 1 for the same thing, because otherwise you'd be focusing on an action. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Was he entangled?
Yes. So he'll
But
still.
I thought I got healed with the divine healing.
No, only the that
Related
was
to
yeah.
clumsy and all that
Okay.
from it, though. Okay, so how does this sound for a sequence? So with Bill still being in the dragon's face and entangled, step 1 is going to be to try and just punch it at the side of the jaw.
Okay.
The idea being that if it gets right, it might dislodge the fang that's currently tangled up in his gear. The second would then be to disentangle himself, and then the last one would be to step back just to try and basically be a meat shield between it and Aelith as the sequence.
All right. So the first action, we're gonna say that you're making cold shot. So if you land a critical hit, it will dislodge the tooth. Make your attack as you try to hit it. You manage to hit it once, and in doing so, you manage to hit, but not a critical hit, I'm afraid. So you are still entangled, though you do deal 9, which is reduced to 4 points of damage. With the second action, you use the first of 2 actions to start unentangling yourself. However, you are still stuck, leaving your third action to do what you would like. Which, unfortunately, you cannot interpose yourself as you are still dangling from its mouth.
In which case, his last action would be probably just try to, given the fact he's entangled around its mouth, he'll try to bear hug around its jaws, so effectively try and clamp them shut.
Okay.
So it could go out for the last one, which is also going to be a grapple attempt. just a failure.
All right. Unfortunate, but you are unable to switch this into a grapple.
Yep.
Okay.
But that would be all three then.
Done and done. Which means we then go to Viv. Oh, wait, no, sorry. That's the other Viv. Rongal.
Okay. So, dragon has Bilrotar in his mouth, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is gonna be tough. But I'm gonna try it. I might need a hero point with this, but I wish to move my 20 feet and try to climb onto the back of the dragon. And I'm trying to see it in my head. I'm trying to see if I can do this with the 3 actions. But essentially what I want to do is I want to try and get on the dragon's back, take out my combat grapple, and shoot it over the dragon's head, latch it onto his mouth, and pull it open to kind of lurch his head backwards and up so he can't be essentially trying to rein in the dragon. And keep it from biting. At least for a round.
All right. Interesting series of events. Okay, let's see if we can make this happen. So, it is large. So to swing around on it, I'm going to need an acrobatics check, followed by the athletics check to grapple it.
Okay, so the acrobatics might be pretty bad, but I will try it anyway. 6. No.
6? No. You are unable to swing yourself up and onto it.
Okay. In which case, I think that'll still move me in the process of trying to. I'll still probably get over here. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so instead of being on it, can I still try to use the grapple gun or the combat grapple to kind of grab its face and try to either pull it open in a way so Bilrotar can get out, or pull it in a way so that it's difficult for it to... Actually, no, I don't even think I should be trying any of this. I don't have Titan Wrestler. Oh, fuck it. I'll still try it. Yeah, I'll still try and shoot the combat grapple into, like, its cheek and try to kind of pull it as best as I can, so... Yeah, and the combat grapple has a thrown 20... Oh, that's throw 20 feet. But... Up to 10 feet long, can be swung as a weapon. Oh, okay, so it could be swung 10 feet. Okay, yeah, so I want to try and grapple it, shooting it the 20 feet then, I guess, and try to essentially hook its mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, make a... I mean, you're still going to need to make that acrobatics check to get up to its mouth.
Well, no, I'm doing this from the ground, because the acrobatics
yeah, but you're
check
trying
was
to
the
reach
failed
up.
to get...
Yeah, but you now, you know what I mean? Like, I know you've, like...
It's a thrown 20 feet. It's like a grapple gun.
Oh, right. Okay, so you're firing... Okay, I'm with you. I thought... Yep, no,
Yeah.
You know me. Okay, yeah, make your attack. Let's see if you can hit it in the face and not hit Bilrotar.
No.
No, you will hit
Yeah, that's a
Bilrotar.
critical miss.
Butang! As you strike Bilrotar. Roll your damage.
That's just a d6.
Yeah.
Plus 4, so...
Bilrotar, you take 9 points of damage as just this metal grappling hook it just cracks into you.
Sorry! Does it, like, latch on to Bilrotar then, or does it just...
Do you okay, hold on.
maybe I can pull
Wait,
him out of the
give
way.
me a second. Do you want it to attach to Bilrata? I just need a yes or no here.
Yes.
Very well. The grappling hook penetrates Bilrata's body, erupts out the other side, and you suddenly watch as this spiked grapple embeds into Bilrata's flesh. Bilrata, you are now also grappled and now have persistent bleed damage.
Ooh.
I just wanted to be sure what was happening here.
And then
Especially since Bill was trying to distract us so people could go in and deal with the ley lines.
sorry. Oh shit.
Oh, fuck, that's right. We had a plan. Oh, my God.
Yep.
Fuck. Ugh. Have you ever had that moment where you've just completely forgotten everything you were doing up until the point
Yep.
you shot your friend? Yeah. It just happens.
I don't know. It's just I thought it was like not a grapple like spike. I thought it was like a
Like a what? Like a fucking lizard? Like a little gecko at the end of a string that just
No.
goes and sticks?
like an anchor looking thing, like a 3-pronged anchor where it
grappling
hooks
hook?
onto a.
Yeah, that would still
yeah.
go through his shoulder.
Mm.
To
Yeah.
break it.
And when you want to
Rock.
when you
I
want to
think it
hook
goes through
things on
flesh.
it. Yeah, when you want to
Okay, I'm
hook
sorry.
things. Just to,
It's okay.
I even
Like in
asked
his
you.
bone
I
now.
even took the time to stop and make sure that you know, I was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" He's like, "Yeah. Let's go,
You got
baby."
the
Okay, can I
GM,
use
are
my
you
hero point to
sure? Always
rewind?
say,
No.
Shot.
We
Damn
can't. Hero points can do a lot of stuff, but they ain't going backwards in time. I'll tell you that much. All right. Yes, done. You have tried acrobatics. You have failed. You have shot Bilrata in the shoulder. Now what are you doing?
Nothing, because anything more I do, I think is just gonna go bad for Billiardar, so I'm just gonna not even do my last turn.
Okay, so now he's just got a grappling hook on him.
Yeah, because if I pull him out, it's gonna do more damage. And I
Yeah, it will. But he's thankfully been
Yeah.
fully healed, but he's still gonna be mad.
so I'll pull it out of him later when
No,
I
mean-
cut the rope and
Okay,
then
sure.
pull it through so it doesn't do damage. But I'll essentially, I guess I'll drop the grapple hook, or the combat grapple then, so it doesn't do more to him.
Okay, cool. So he is not grappled anymore. He just is
He's
bleeding
just
out.
got a hook at him.
Sure. Okay.
Just impaled. A light impaling.
All right, Lashara, it is your turn.
Just imagining a rope basically just dangling down, so it's effectively
Shit,
big dragon
sorry.
drill at this point.
Okay, Lushara has given up on trying to find the ley lines because things got very serious really, really fast. And she would actually like to use needle darts to blind the dragon while using her nat 20.
Okay. Sure, not a problem. You find the ley line is right here in the center of the little water lake.
No, she said she wasn't looking for.
Oh, you were looking. Sorry, what was the
No,
nat 24? My
I'm
apologies.
abandoning the search. She's decided that this dragon needs to be dealt with, so she is going to use the nat 20 on needle darts
Oh, sorry. Yep.
to
Okay, cool.
blind the dragon.
Oh, to
shoot
blind
for
the
the
dragon.
eyes.
Okay, you
Yes.
to shoot in the eyes. All right, 3 darts fly out. As they do so, they land and crit. Deal your damage, and he is now blinded.
Sweet. Ah, wrong thing. Here we go. Click the crit button. Grab this. Shoop. Great. And then she's going to sustain that forbidding ward on Billitar, hoping it helps. But yeah, I think he's got 2 persistent bleed now on the target. Sounds like.
Okay, 2
Yes, critical
persistent.
success. They get double damage and 1 persistent bleed damage.
Can you drop that effect onto him?
There's already a
Where
bleed on
is it?
him.
Did it go on there? I don't see that there's an option to put the
No, on the combat tracker, the dragon's already got persistent bleed when you're doing the spell.
Oh, it went on there. Okay.
Oh, it went there? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Done. Maintaining
Easy
that
done.
forbidding ward.
Okay. Aelith, you're up first.
Okay. Aelith, since she already has the hunter's shot on it, is going to now do precision shot. We'll see what happens. Oh my god. Okay. She's gonna try firing at it again.
Okay, give it another shot.
That's
And we have a hero point for Rongal and Bill.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I keep doing the wrong one. Yeah, I think it's this one that I want. Oh my dear word.
Dice
Can
are
I hero
transgender
point that one?
today.
Yes, you may. I've just taken off a hero point, so yes, I'll just keep that one off. So done. Okay. All right, it's gone to a straight miss instead of a critical miss. As you keep firing
Actually,
at
that
this...
says it's at Bill Ratar.
What's that?
But it...
Oh, you shot Birita?
Did I?
Yeah, you
yeah,
did.
you dropped it on
Yeah,
Bill Ratar.
Twice.
Oh, I thought I did it on the dragon.
Well, apparently you've been trying to kill Birita this whole time.
And kept missing.
And I keep missing, so that's good.
I mean, yeah, technically.
All
All
right.
right.
Should I? All right.
That's not. Oh, let me just check. So the AC on this creature is, yes, that's still gonna miss though.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's all
Viv.
three.
All right, Viv, you're up next.
Okay, let's see.
Or impaled Bill.
If I took Lushara by the hand and pulled her closer to the water so she didn't have to move towards it for her turn, would that break her concentration?
Concentration on what?
Forbidding ward. And she
Oh.
has to maintain that.
No, I think as long as you don't smack her, you'll be fine.
Oh.
I just...
Would it be if it were with the poppet? I don't know if I'd notice if you hit me with your poppet hand.
just makes a little squeaky toy noise.
Yeah. It's like,
Meet. Meet. Alright. So we're over here now. Hi, Lushara. There's a dragon in front of you. I don't think you want to be in front of the dragon, so we're gonna get you away from the dragon. Towards the water, I think. Where do we go? Hi, what?
okay.
And then just gonna yoink.
All right.
Can't
Keeping
be
in
very
mind
far, but I can-
keeping in mind when you are moving with someone, you move at half speed.
Exactly, yeah. So
Yeah.
just... yoink.
All right. Oh yes, and of course, Lashara, you have to be willing, which
Yes.
cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Thankfully, because it's blind, it does not get an attack of opportunity. Okay,
I think there's a 3-action move of just like,
move up.
poppet legs aren't made for this.
That's fair. They're not. I'm surprised you didn't just get the Eidolon to do it.
I imagine it did, but I just like the image of the poppy like, no. I got this one. And they're just dragging Lashara by the ankle.
I'm more thinking it's now a little kid dragging its mum into the shop saying, come on.
The puppet has an impressive jump height that's able to reach the hand, and Lashara has to really bend down as they're being dragged.
He's grabbing her dress and tugging her along.
Yeah, exactly. Eidolon looks a bit confused at this. The Eidolon doesn't really emote much beyond what Viv asks it to, but even it looks confused at this. Yeah, 3 actions just to move over the chart and then move as far as they can back.
Okay, done and done. Which then goes to the dragon, who is blind. The dragon will, Jeez, what is the dragon even gonna do? The dragon is angry, blind.
Has a dwarf dangling from its mouth.
There's a dwarf dangling from its mouth. There is that. Ooh.
Had a persistent bleed going
It does not
on.
like Lashara, so what it's going to do is going to use one action to just smell the air, and it knows where Lashara is. Because it has scent.
Bummer.
It is going to try and hit Lashara. Oh my word! Oh my god.
But
All
that
right.
is not a critical failure.
That is not a critical failure.
It ducks the claws.
Second attack. Oh, come now. Second attack does not hit. Also not a critical failure.
Dodges that one too.
All
It's
right.
just like, ah.
Bilrata, you're up next. Holding on for dear life as this creature is swinging its head back and forth. You watch as it is almost hitting Lashara. It definitely knows she's somewhere here.
Surprised I didn't see it do the roll to see if the persistent bleed from its eyes ended.
Oh yeah. That's weird. All right, Bilrata, what do you got?
So is Bill still fascinated by the light? Is Bill still fascinated by light?
You may make a will save to try and break free.
It's only a round.
Oh, it's only a round? Oh, then yes, you're free.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. So, cursing and spitting venom at whatever thing is impaled him, because I'm guessing he might not have seen who shot this thing. But he's still up there. He's going to start by trying to smack this thing outside of the jaw to try and dislodge this pesky fang once again. Or because part of him also wants a dragon memento.
Okay.
Fair enough. Obviously, very stubborn fang doesn't want to move.
It is a very stubborn fang. So you just, again, try to hit it in the gums right where its jaw is, and you just aren't getting through it.
Yeah.
These teeth, these fangs are as tough as steel and as sharp as steak knives as you try to break free through them. But you are not getting anywhere, unfortunately.
Nope. Action number 2 is, I'm guessing because it's like a 3-pronged grapple and a shoulder that's sort of pulling him at this point.
I was just kind of dangling at this point.
Was, yeah, but embedded.
Yep, super embedded.
And a bit of a annoyance, especially since where he is. Action number 2 is going to rip it out, just so it's not in there.
Ouch. All right, make a given it's out of annoyance, let's make a medicine check. Because there is no way you can actually rip this out properly.
Nope. This is going to hurt like hell.
Oh, that is a critical failure. All right. Shit.
Did he just make his arm useless?
No, but I'm just trying to think about how much damage that would do just ripping a grappling hook out the wrong way through your shoulder. Because the thing is he can't pull it out because there's a gun on the other end, and he'd just basically be pulling rope. So the only way
seeing it being the try one.
Yeah.
I was almost imagining it went through and sort of pulled him back. So it's like one of the spines.
Oh, instead of through, it grabbed
Yeah.
and yanked all the way in.
Oh, I kind of imagined it was one of those ones that, like, for aerodynamics, just flies as an arrow and then opens up on the other side.
Ah, so I was more thinking it was like the grappling hook from like you put on a rope to go over a wall.
No,
type
no, this
thing.
one's a grappling gun, so it actually fires.
Ah.
So with the grappling hook, you weight it and you throw it over like a thing.
So that's what
This-
that's what I was envisioning is when you said it was the tri-pronged thing.
Right,
That's
right,
why I
right.
said that.
So did you want to? So did you, like to reiterate the question? Did you want to rip it out?
Not if it's
Ooh.
like an actual bolt that's gone through. Then
Yeah, it is a bolt
expand
that
it.
has gone through and just embedded.
No, I more thought it was like one of the
Okay,
times
good.
with the
Yeah,
tri-
yeah, sweet. No worries. I'm happy to
Okay.
to rewind that just because it's a difference of that visualization. Yeah. No. No. Yeah. Oh no. The way that you would actually need to remove that is you would need to cut the rope and then just pull it
And then
out. Yeah.
pull out from the
Pull it
other
all the way
side.
through. Yeah. So that would be the that would be the way to go out. Just while it's
okay.
attached to the gun. Yeah. No bueno.
No.
Okay.
Okay. In which case, do the second action to finish the disentangling.
Yep, easy done. You are now no longer entangled to its jaw, which means you drop to the ground and are no longer in its mouth.
Ooh.
You watch as the dragon like, son of a bitch. And as he just stretches his jaw, then he can now close it.
And it would make sense for Bill at this point. He just looks to see where this rope is trailing and growls in the direction.
Okay.
The dragon's probably part forgotten from his mind as he's just noticing where this rope and gun are leading.
Okay. Yep, they are leading over by the floor near Rongo.
Rongo. And he's just staring daggers over at Rongo.
Just eyeballing like crazy.
Yep. But that'll be his third action.
Done. Love it. Okay. Third done and dusted. So as we then go from that, we go to Viv.
Ooh.
And Bill's still bleeding out.
And Bill is still bleeding.
And it's not Viv.
Oh, it's not Viv? Oh, yes, you're right. It's not Viv. It is Rongo.
All right, seeing Bill Retard glaring daggers at me, I'm just like, and I'm just gonna, one action, I'm gonna activate the potency crystal on my chakram, and then I'm going to activate my my deviant ability, and it's been the same day since I used it last time, correct? Like it hasn't like since the nightmare.
No, we rested.
Yeah, you know, you rested last night.
Okay, I thought it was like a day kind of thing. So, but if a day has gone by, then yeah, cool. So yeah, so activating the potency crystal, essentially gives it striking,
Okay.
and then so it gets another D8, and then my arm grows in muscle as it grows a little larger than it should be, and I'm going to punch it with the chakram, essentially slicing with enough force to try and shove it into the wall.
Okay.
And that'll also give me an additional dice damage on that, so I'll have to roll that separate, but
Okay.
I'm going to drop this, and I hope this works. I hope this hits. Please hit.
That'll hit.
25. Yeah. Okay.
You hit
So
the
it'll
right
do-
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and I get the.
That's
plus
true. You
4
didn't hit one of
bonus
your allies.
because- Yay. Okay, so it'll do 2d8 plus 6, and then I'll roll another d8 because of the arm attack. Bam, and bam. So that's 22 points of damage, and I shove it 5 feet into the wall.
Ooh, okay. Done and done.
And I believe it doesn't have a save. Titan Swing. It just says, if it hits, you deal extra damage to weapon dice and push the target back 5 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Literally just
crashes.
shove him into this wall.
Yep, he crashes into the wall. He'll take an extra 1d6 points of damage. Which, I mean, unless he rolls a 6, he's going to basically absorb with his... Yeah, so he's going to absorb it with his damage reduction. So...
That's fine. I
as he-
tried.
yeah. No, but it was good, though. All right. That
That'll
is
be my turn.
Rongal. Back to Lashara.
That was cool.
Yes, Viv?
I have a question I forgot to ask earlier.
Sure, by all means.
It's for Lushara. As Lushara is looking for the ley lines, Viv doesn't know where they are, but was guessing it was somewhere near the water. Is it possible that Lushara will be able to see the magic having some specific effect as it gets closer to anywhere in the water that could help with the Arcana check? Because I think it was a magic ability to do the mesmerizing. So does it look like it has any strange effect as it gets deeper into the water?
Good question. I think that would still require the same kind of like perception check, stuff like that. So you'd still need to search for it as an action.
Oh, I just didn't know if it would help even as a flavor thing of you see that something happens with the light.
I'm happy to do something like lower the DC now that you've pointed it out.
Sorry, I forgot to roll my thing. Okay, I got it.
Very well. Okay.
Sorry, I just forgot about that.
No, you're fine. All right, next we have Lashara.
Okay, Bill's released, Dragon's blind. Viv dragged her over here toward the water, saying something about ley lines, so she is going to try to find that ley line. And see if she can use it.
All right. Let's make an Arcana check.
Go. Or occultism? Well, they're both the same. They're both +9. 23.
All right. 23 is a success. You see in the water there is a swirling vortex of magical energy. You believe this here could possibly be the ley line you were searching for.
Okay. She's gonna go hop on it.
All right, you go to swim out to it. As you do so, you find your magic is enhanced. For the time being, you get a +2 to your spell DCs. In addition, you also you're basically considered to have focus constantly at the ready. Okay.
Then my last action will be... I'm going to drop Forbidding Ward off of Bill and instead throw Stoke the Heart on Aelith.
Okay.
She's been struggling, but hopefully she'll get a hit in there, do some extra damage, and then that gives her 4 temporary HP for this moment.
All right, okay. I love it. Okay, Aelith, we go to you.
All right. Gonna try this again. All right, let's do the precision shot portion of this.
All right, unfortunately your precision shot does not make it. Your arrows are just not landing against this creature. You think maybe he's, maybe it's like been very accustomed to dealing with archers. It's just blocking and dodging and slapping and slashing the, your arrows.
Yeah.
Oh, Aelith, you have a reroll from Cookie Mon Steve.
Oh, thanks, Steve. All right, I'll try that one again. Fingers crossed.
Oh.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you for trying. Aelith just is. She's too sick. She got sick on the wagon, and she's just
she ate
not
chocolate.
Right.
What does volley -2?
She ate American chocolate.
He's
So,
just struggling.
It's just because
Aelith-
for her shot she's launching 2 attacks simultaneously, which is extra damage. So she's rather than shooting 1
Whoa.
arrow, she's shooting multiple. So volley is a volley of arrows, which is giving her a penalty to the attack, which is calculated here. All right. Unfortunate.
Yep.
You have one final action.
Yep. Aelith is gonna move up closer to the dragon, just to because Bill is damaged. She saw that it was going for Lushara, just trying to give it more targets to focus on.
All right. Easy done. Viv, you're up next. Now, we are going to end here, but I'm just going to take this in a cinematic direction, if that's okay for Viv.
Oh yeah, sure.
Viv, as you make your way just a little bit around to kind of support your team, you notice in the cavern behind you the several piles of bones and dead bodies. Several heads have been spiked and lined this area to make it look even more intimidating. And cowering in the corner appears to be an injured and wounded person dressed in the same garbs as Sakuichi. She turns to look at you, holding herself together, trying to, kind of understand what's happening, but hearing the sound of the dragon dealing with a wide variety of these traumatic sounds. All you see is her mouth a word. You don't quite understand what it is, but you're pretty sure she's asking for help over and over again, just muttering to herself. And that, my dear friends, is where we're going to end today's session. Returning when we come back next week to the gripping conclusion of this battle with the giant reptilian monstrosity. And with any luck, our heroes will find the Fantasy Ground dice roller to be a lot kinder. Jesus Christ, that was a very rough session for dice rolling.
I'm sorry, School.
Oh, and before we do so, we have a nat 20 and a hero point for Aelith, which of course we will honor for next week when we return to finish the battle. And yes, hopefully we will see Aelith unleashing a terrifying and awful shot towards the creature. So again, thank you to all of our wonderful and amazing audience members who came and joined us today. Amazing thank you to all the people who donated. We are now at 41 glorious % of the DAG survival check. So you guys, hey, fucking just killing it, absolutely freaking killing it. So thank you so much for you guys helping me get to this point. Yes, Viv, how can I be of service?
Do we get to know what the secret menu item was now?
No,
It's still secret?
it is.
Can we know if it
Super
was redeemed?
secret.
It's in play, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I didn't know Christina changed what if they got
I
secret
do.
menu
I do
items.
remember seeing Christina in chat saying, "Yes, do that," but I
Yeah.
still don't know what it is.
Yeah,
so
we've
it's-
we've started on it, which is good. There's more to come. Like, remember, the secret menu item is $100, so it's not usual. I mean, sometimes if it is going to be a 1 episode thing, it'll be like a big thing. So because nothing huge and massive happened, just kind of go with the fact that it'll be a multi-session donation thing. You'll see bits and pieces of it more and more as we go and all the things we do. But yeah, could be the ley lines maybe. New superpower. Maybe. Who knows? We'll find out. But guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Michael. I'm the Dan Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. It is storming outside, so I'm just going to leave you with no DAG formation tonight. But please come and join us in 8 hours when we return for Curse of the Crimson Throne. But until we meet again, guys, stay safe. Stay wonderful. Be kind to each other because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying. Bye, folks!